What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. Today we have the December 2022 Great Plains International Airport update for you guys. I really hope you guys are excited for today's video. Today we have a loaded Great Plains update in store for you guys. So many various aircraft movements, new routes, and all kinds of items to go over in today's video. I really hope you guys are excited for it. And without any further delay, let's get started. We're going to start right here with the Alpha Concourse. This is the landside one, as we'll see this is the satellite one, as we'll see the landside here in a minute. But a really cool concourse right here, housing our American Airlines aircraft. And I'm super excited to get into this. I hope you guys are as well. And without any further delay, let's get started. This American Airlines Boeing 777-300ER is going to kick off our update for today. This guy's currently pushing back with a non-stop service out to London Heathrow today. This guy made a service in from Hong Kong earlier today. Painting into our next aircraft, we have the American Airlines Boeing 787-9. This guy's currently making the non-stop flight in from Skyley's Airport, and this guy's going to have the continuing service today out to Chicago O'Hare. Nice heavy service right there. Pretty short flight too, so pretty impressive. This American Airlines Boeing 777-200ER is in the One World paint scheme, as this guy's currently making the non-stop flight today in from Helsinki, and this guy's going to have the continuing service today out to Rome in Italy. Very nice. I like that service. It's a pretty cool one. And then right here, I haven't got to see this aircraft in quite some time. This is the American Airlines Airbus A330-200. This guy's making the non-stop service today in from Madrid. And this guy's going to have the continuing service for us today over to, I lost it off the top of my head. I'm so sorry, guys. I had it. It slipped my mind, but let's go with, dang it, what was it? I'm so sorry. Dublin, that's what it was. Let's send him out to Dublin. Really nice route right there for the 330. I'm glad to get it in today's airport update. And also the lighting will get better, guys. So sorry, it's a little, what's the best word for it? It's not golden hour yet, so it will get better though. This American Airlines McDonnell MD-8 is making it in here today. The GeminiJets 2019 release, one of my favorites. This guy's currently coming in from New York LaGuardia. And this guy's going to have a continuing service today out to Jacksonville. This American Airlines Airbus A321neo is also going to be going out to Skyley's Airport today. We're going to have various routes to her airport, so love to see it right there. And feel free to drop your subscriber routes, link in the description. This guy made the service today in from Los Angeles earlier today. And then right here we have an American Airlines Airbus A320 with the IAE engines, it appears. This guy's going to be making the non-stop service today in from New York John F. Kennedy, and this guy's continuing out to Houston Intercontinental, IAH. And I hate that the shade has to block off this one because this one's so nice. But we have the American Airlines Boeing 757-200. This guy's in the chrome livery. This guy's going to be making a non-stop service today in from Dallas-Fort Worth. And this guy's going to have a continuing service today out to Reykjavik, Keflavik in Iceland, of course. Sorry, I have all kinds of crap in the way trying to get around it. There we go. Let's actually zoom in from here to get the next aircraft since it's so shaded. Right there, we got the American Airlines Airbus A321 with the Sharklets. This guy's going to make the non-stop service today in from San Antonio. And this guy's going to have a continuing service today out to Denver, Colorado. Very nice. And then currently loading up right here, we have the American Airlines Airbus A319 with the fence tips. This guy's going to make the non-stop service today in from, let's say, El Paso for him. That's a nice mainline service right there. And this guy's going to have the continuing service today over to San Diego, California. Taxiing in looking for a gate. This is American Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the One World livery. This guy's going to be making the non-stop service in from the Miami International Airport. And this guy's going to have a continuing service today over to Seattle Tacoma International. Very nice. Let's get on this side for the beautiful American Airlines Boeing 777-200ER in the chrome livery. This guy's going to make the non-stop service today in from Miami as well. This guy's continuing out to San Francisco today. A really cool heavy service that is a seasonal one on the 777, so that's pretty cool. This American Airlines Airbus A321neo is currently coming in from Los Angeles, and this guy's going to have a continuing service today over to Portland for us today to complement Alaska's service. And then right here we have this American Airlines Boeing 787-8. This guy's going to make the non-stop service in from Philadelphia today, and this guy's going to have an international flight from, I like to represent this like the A and C gates with the Madrid and Paris flights out of DFW. And this guy's also going to be heading out to Paris, ironically, so working perfectly right there. You'd love to see it. And this is the landside terminal, I'm sorry. So this was the original constructed terminal back in 2010. If you guys watched them the first updates, you guys would probably know that. This is a really cool concourse, and I think that it has been assembled really nicely. The jet bridges are currently getting added as well, so I'm very happy to get to see all the jet bridges getting added to the concourse. So it's been looking really good so far, so I'm very pleased with that. This guy is the American Eagle Embraer ERJ-175 on the behalf of Envoy Air. This guy's currently loading up with a non-stop service up to Louisville today. This guy came in from Reno, Tahoe. Very nice. Here's another Envoy Embraer ERJ-170. This guy's currently loading up, with a non-stop service today out to Pittsburgh. This guy made a service in today from Fargo. And we're going to go to a world where now Republic is operating a couple CRJ-900s. The reason for this is they had to retire the normal winglet Embraer ERJ-175s and need a replacement. So here's a Republic CRJ-900. This guy's currently making the non-stop flight in from Albuquerque today. And this guy's going to be continuing out to Indianapolis, heading out east. This American Eagle Bombardier CRJ-700 on the behalf of PSA Airlines is currently making a nonstop service today in from Pensacola, and this guy's going to have a continuing flight today out to Colorado Springs for us today. And this American Eagle Embraer ERJ-175, is currently making the nonstop service today in from Fargo, North Dakota, and this guy's going to have a continuing service today out to New Orleans for us today, and that is also Envoy. Right here we have a PSA CRJ-700 as well. This guy's currently making the nonstop service today in from Oklahoma City Will Rogers World Airport, and this guy's going to have a continuing service today out to Milwaukee for us today. Following that, we have the Mesa House Livery CRJ-900. I would really like to see a gray one of these done because, man, the white one looks so good, but the gray one I think looks a little bit cooler. But anyways, this guy's currently making the nonstop service in from Detroit Metropolitan Wayne County Airport. This guy's going to have the continuing service today. We're going to really go into a weird ballpark and say the Stillwater Regional Airport in Oklahoma is where this guy's coming from. Maybe Stillwater can get another service sometime. If you guys don't know, it's a small airport in Oklahoma. They currently only have that Dallas service, so maybe we'll see that one day, but why not get the hometown love going there? And then we have this SkyWest House Livery CRJ-700 parking right next to it. That's a really cool double lineup right there. SkyWest is actually going to be making the service today out to St. Louis. I believe they have a crew base there in real life. Could be wrong on that one. This guy made a non-stop service today earlier in from the Sioux Falls Regional Airport in South Dakota. And then we have the nice corner of gates right here. We're going to start with another Republic CRJ-900 right there. This guy's currently making a service in from Providence, and this guy's going to be continuing out to Norfolk. Then we have an Embraer ERJ-170. This one's going to be Envoy 1, as they're going to be getting more going into the future, of course, in real life, that is. This guy's currently making the nonstop flight today in from West Palm Beach, and this guy's going to have a continuing flight today over to San Jose in California. That is a really long flight, but what can I say? I think they have like 3 daily on that, and 2 of them are 737s, but then you have a 170 there on the afternoon flight. Next up, you have the Embraer ERJ-145. This is going to be a Piedmont-operated aircraft today. This guy's currently coming in from Atlantic City, and I hope to get some American Airlines buses. I would really like to have those represented here. I could imagine like putting them like right there or something. So hopefully, I'm hopeful to get Fantasy Wings or somebody will make the American Airlines buses. If not, I'll make them myself. Anyways, this guy's currently coming in from Omaha, Nebraska. I had 2 more Eagle aircraft to finish out the the landside terminal. We have this Embraer ERJ-145. This guy's coming in long flight from Pittsburgh today. This guy's going to be continuing out to Austin, Texas. And then a CRJ-200 on the corner to round this out today. This guy's coming in from Mobile, Alabama. And this guy's going to have a continuing flight today over to what was one region we didn't really hit very hard in this round. Let's go with Cheyenne, Wyoming. I don't even know if they have a commercial service. I don't think they do, but you know what? Let's give them the respect when you can, so you absolutely love to see it right there. I think I'm going to change it up, and I'm going to come around to do these next gates because I thought the angle over here would be kind of cool to change it up. So let's do that and the shade's on there anyways, unfortunately, so let's do that. Alrighty, so the American Airlines Boeing 737-800 is taxiing in after a nonstop flight today in from Nashville. This guy's going to have a continuing service, over to San Jose del Cabo. There we go. And here's the American Airlines Airbus A321 with the fence tips. This guy's currently coming in from Miami, and this guy's going to have another flight out to Tampa in Florida. This American Airlines Airbus A321 is currently coming in from Portland and continuing out to San Diego. And like I said, feel free to drop subscriber outs or let me know what you guys want me to talk about, because I know there's like probably over 100 planes on this table, possibly like 150. So I don't want to make this too long because I don't want you guys to get bored, but I also don't want it to be too short. And I probably shouldn't have came over here. So I am exposed for the gate markings. I probably should take those off, but I think the stickers look kind of cool. So please ignore that. But anyways, we'll just say that Great Plains is trying to get gate upgrades, and there was some different airlines parking here back in 2010. This Linglet logo 737, is coming in from Denver and continuing today over to Raleigh-Durham. That Airbus A320, that's a CFM, I'm sorry, the other one was IAE. This guy's currently coming in today from Atlanta and continuing out to, I think Sacramento's a good flight for him. Chrome 737-800, this guy's currently coming in today from Las Vegas, and this guy's going to have a continuing service out to Phoenix, and I'll transition camera angles since this is kind of getting far. Alrighty, picking up with this Airbus A319 with Sharklets. This guy's currently coming in today from St. Louis on that shuttle service, and this guy's going to be heading over east, service over to Charlotte as well. Here's Astrojet 737-800, of course. This guy's currently making the service in from Indianapolis today, and this guy's going to have the nonstop service here to Palm Springs for us. Here's the Chrome MD-80 looking sharp. This guy's currently coming in from Tulsa, and this guy's going to have the continuing flight today out to Los Angeles as well. 737 MAX is currently coming in from New York, LaGuardia, and they have actually established a little base over in Orange County. Not in real life, I mean, they've operated them there, but we're just going to say for our sake, small base over in Orange County, so that is where he's heading out to following this. Another 737-800, this guy's currently coming in today from Philadelphia and continuing today over to let's say St. Louis for this guy as well. Here's another logo 737-800. This guy's currently coming in from Boston, and this guy's going to have the nonstop service over to Vancouver following that. That's a nice mainline upgrade. Here's the Alaska 737 MAX 9. This guy's currently coming in from Skyley's airport, and her airport's in the Caribbean, so this guy comes in from that airport, and then it continues over to Seattle. Thought I'd give some retrospective on where that is, so that makes sense. So this guy's coming in from there, and then heading out to Seattle following that. And then the Alaska Embraer J-175 is coming in from San Diego today and continuing out to Boise, Idaho for us. Let's knock out some of these beautiful taxiing aircraft with some great lighting. Here's the American Airlines 767-300ER. This guy's currently taxiing out with the nonstop service today. Let's see if this guy's heading out to Philadelphia today. Came in earlier today from, I'm trying to think of what Caribbean airport. San Juan, I think, makes the most sense. It would be cool to send it to like St. Martin, but I feel like that's a little bit big for our demand right now. So this guy's coming in from St. Martin. Oh man, that's such a nice aircraft. A flagship Valor Airbus A321. If I can get a little bit better of a lighting shot, there we go. This guy's currently making the nonstop flight today in from Dallas-Fort Worth, and this guy's continuing today over to Mexico City. And there's a United 737-800. This guy's currently coming in from Skyley's airport as well, and this guy's heading out to Orlando, Florida. And this American 737 is also going to be racing this guy to Orlando. This guy came in earlier today from the Toronto Pearson International Airport. Very nice. Alrighty, following that, let's head over to, I think we'll do United from over here. Now, it's kind of tough to bounce all between the angles because of the lighting right now, so I apologize, but I'm going to try to get better with it. So let's start working on these. Alrighty, let's just test the zoom since it's pretty good. That's at 9x, so we'll work it from here. Just the stabilization. If Apple can improve the stabilization, it'll be really good with the 9x going forward. Here's the United 737-900 Eco Skies livery. This guy's coming in from Houston to start us off today for United. And this guy's going to have the flight today over to Portland. United's been doing really good here at Great Plains. They've been expanding with the Polaris rounds like we talked about in a couple updates ago. And I think the next step for United is I think they would like to get a terminal extension, but obviously gate space is really tough here. So we'll see what that progresses into. Here's the 777-300ER. This guy's going to make the nonstop flight from Skyley's airport as well. This guy's continuing out to Newark following that. Here's the here. This is our California 757. Or I'm sorry, excuse me, wrong one. I saw the Statue of Liberty and I was like, why did I say California? It is New York and New Jersey. This guy's currently making the service today in from, let's go with Chicago O'Hare for him, and this guy's continuing out to San Francisco. The Star Line 737-700 is coming in Atlanta because I saw it there, because why not? And this guy's going to have the continuing flight today over to, I think Melbourne, Florida is a cool one. We'll say that that's a Saturday only mainline flight. And here's a 757-200 in the Evo livery. This guy's kind of making the nonstop flight today in from Los Angeles, and this guy's going to have the continuing service today over to Miami. And then I'll pan it back over a little bit because I want to get the good lighting on some of those other aircraft, but unfortunately, it's at such a weird angle during the winter for this airport, but in the summer, it was a bunch better in my opinion. But anyways, let's keep it moving here with a CRJ-200. This guy's currently making the nonstop flight today in from Columbus, and this guy's going to have the continuing flight over to Cincinnati. The commuter Embraer J-145 is coming in from Cleveland, and this guy's going to have the flight today over to Wichita. A CRJ-700 for SkyWest is currently pulling into the gate. This guy made the service today. I think Milwaukee makes sense for him, and this guy's going to have the continuing flight today over to, let's say Tampa. The CRJ-200 in the Evo Blue livery is currently coming in today from Pittsburgh and continuing out to Indianapolis. The CRJ-550 is currently loading up with the nonstop service today out to Oklahoma City Will Rogers World Airport. This guy came in earlier today from Austin, Texas. Sorry about the angle, but we have the Blue Tulip CRJ-700. This guy's coming in from Aspen and continuing over to, I think El Paso is a good route for him. And then we have that first Embraer J-175. That's that's Evo Blue. This guy's currently coming in today from Boston Logan and continuing over to Providence. There's another Embraer J-175. This guy's currently coming in from Colorado Springs and continuing up to Tucson, Arizona. And I wish I could get a little bit better of an angle, but the next couple aircraft get better after. You know what? We'll just scoot it on over. Excuse me, guys. Okay, the Boeing 757-300 coming in from San Francisco and continuing out to Denver International. Then we have the 737-900, I believe that is. That's the 900. This guy's currently coming in today from, lost it again, dang it, Fort Lauderdale. Continuing over to, sorry guys, it was San Diego. And then we have a MAX 9 right there. This guy's currently coming in today from Seattle and continuing over to Phoenix. And then we have the Star Alliance 737-800. Let's get some zoom going there. This guy's currently coming in today from, I'm trying to decide what my borderline needs to be with the United mainline. I'm trying to decide, but let's say this guy's coming in from Chicago as well, and this guy's continuing out to Dallas-Fort Worth. The Star Wars 737 looks really nice in that lighting right there. This guy's coming in from Raleigh-Durham and continuing up to Boston as well. And then we have a 737-900 right there. This guy's loading up with the service today out to Washington Dulles. This guy came in earlier today from Cleveland. 737 MAX 8, this guy's currently making the service in from Skyley's Airport. This guy's going to have the continuing service today over to MCO Orlando. And then lastly, number EurJet-175 in the Continental Globe colors is currently making the service in from New Orleans. And this guy's going to have the continuing service today over to San Antonio. So looking really nice. I think our lighting's better on the other side for the rest of Concourse B, so we will do those next. Alrighty, here we go. Delta Connection Embraer EurJet-175 on the behalf of Republic Airways. This guy's currently coming in from Syracuse, New York. And this guy's going to have the continuing flight today over to El Paso too. New route for Delta. I like it. The SkyTeam 737-800 is currently making the nonstop flight in from Salt Lake City, Utah. Yes, Utah today. This guy came in earlier today from Omaha. That's a mainline upgrade. Delta Airlines Boeing 757-200. This guy's currently making it in from Washington National, which is a really cool flight. This guy came in earlier today from the likes of Atlanta. And then we have a few CRJs over here. We got the CRJ-200 right here. This guy's currently loading up with a nonstop flight today out to Traverse City. This guy came in earlier today from Birmingham, Alabama. The CRJ-700 currently coming in from Colorado Springs. Quite a few flights on that route, to be honest. And this guy's coming in earlier from Bosman. And this CRJ-700 as well is currently making the nonstop flight today in from New Orleans. And this guy's continuing over to Savannah, Georgia. This Delta Airlines Airbus A321 thank you livery is currently loading up with a nonstop service today. This guy's heading over to New LaGuardia, came in earlier today from Las Vegas. Delta Airlines Airbus A321 Neo is looking really sharp right here. This guy's loading up with a nonstop service over to the Boston Logan International Airport after coming in today from San Diego. Delta Airlines Boeing 717 is currently loading up for a nonstop flight out to Minneapolis, St. Paul. This guy came in earlier today from Austin, Texas. This Delta Airlines Boeing 757-200 looks much better on this side. This guy's currently loading up with a nonstop flight today out to Atlanta as well. This guy made the service earlier today in from Anchorage. That's a really cool service. Delta Airlines Airbus A330-200. This guy's currently loading up with a nonstop flight today over to, this is going to be our Paris Charles de Gaulle flight today. This guy came in earlier today from Seoul, which is a new service. It's been bouncing between all kinds of aircraft. I'm not sure what they'll ever get that one consistent, but we'll see. This Delta Airlines Boeing 757-300 is looking really nice today. This guy's currently making the nonstop flight today in from, let's say this is a San Francisco flight, and this guy came in earlier today from Portland, Oregon. Delta Airlines Airbus A220-100. I'm not sure if the new Gemini 1 has arrived at the time of this video coming out. It probably has, and hopefully it turned out good. This guy's currently making the service today in from Detroit Metro Wayne County International, and this guy's going to have the continuing flight. It's still not in focus. Come on, there we go. This guy came in earlier today from Tulsa. Nice mainline upgrade right there. Delta Airlines Airbus A319 is currently pushed back with a nonstop service. This guy's also heading to Syracuse, New York. You love to see it right there. And this guy came in earlier today from San Diego, California. Delta Airlines Airbus A220-300. This guy's currently loading up with a nonstop flight today. This guy's heading over to Houston Continental, and this guy came in earlier from Cincinnati, the dormant hub. Not even a hub anymore, but the dormant operation compared to what it used to be. And the Delta Connection Bulgarian CRJ-900 is currently loading up over there to round out our B concourse. This guy made a nonstop flight today in from Fort Lauderdale. And this guy's going to have the continuing service today over to Traverse City in Michigan. So quite a nice lineup over here for Terminal B. Excited to see how they'll end up utilizing this aircraft. I could definitely see one of these two airlines moving out and the other airline taking over the rest of the concourse. Personally, I think Delta would be the one to do it right now. You just see all these more mainline aircraft that they operate here, but that doesn't mean that United very well could do something else, but we'll have to see. But United's little regional jet operation definitely expands upon Delta's. So looks really nice right there, and let's take it in. I was looking at the lighting, trying to decide what the best thing to do here is. I think I want to sacrifice Terminal C's lighting today to get really good lighting on D, because it's not going to make it all the way over there anyways, but I was kind of waiting for that one to get over. But nevertheless, let's start working on Terminal C. So Terminal C is going really well over here. Very pleased with the efforts that they presented so far, and I'm excited to see what Terminal C has in store going forward. So let's get started with those. So currently loading up over here at C1, we have the Southwest 737-700. This is in the Missouri 1 livery. This guy's currently coming in from St. Louis. This guy's going to have the continuing service today out to New Orleans. Southwest Airlines 737 MAX 8. This guy's currently making the nonstop service today in from Las Vegas, McCarran, or Harry Reid now, I should say, excuse me. And this guy came in from Houston Hobby earlier today. 737-300's looking spectacular. This guy's currently coming in today from Austin, Texas, and this guy's continuing today over to Portland, Oregon. A Canyon Blue 737-800 is currently loading up right here. This guy's currently coming in from Amarillo, Texas, and continuing today over to Palm Springs. A Southwest 737-700 is currently pushing back right here with the heart livery and the scimitar winglets, service out to Indianapolis. This guy came in earlier today from Denver or MBS's Aviation's airport. 737-800 is currently putting it into the apron right here after a long taxi route over. This guy made a nonstop service today in from Omaha and continuing over to Chicago Midway. This Freedom 1 737-800 looks spectacular after this guy made a nonstop service today in from Dallas Love Field. He's continuing out to the nation's capital, Washington Reagan National. There is a 737-300. This guy was currently, I don't know if there was something on the ramp, if he was avoiding, that's my guess for why he was turning like that. But nevertheless, this guy's continuing out to Las Vegas. This guy came in earlier today from Milwaukee. Here's the Lone Star 737-700. Personally, I think this is a really nice model from Panda. This guy's currently making the nonstop flight today in from Phoenix, and this guy's continuing out to Burbank. Here's a 737-700. This guy's currently coming in today from Tampa, and this guy's going to have the continuing flight today over to Tucson. I think that's a new route for Southwest, I'm pretty sure. Here's the 737-700. This guy's currently continuing out to Puerto Vallarta today. This guy came in earlier today from Pensacola. So this gate actually got turned into an international customs gate, which is pretty interesting if you guys didn't know. Pretty much what happened here was Southwest really wanted one international gate and they were granted access to have one. I'm trying to make that jet bridge better, but I think I put it like that for a reason. Yes, I did. So unfortunate there, but nevertheless, the customs gate, we're really glad to have it here and it's going to be a very helpful asset here. The Puerto Vallarta flight was able to work right there because they actually cleared immigration Puerto Vallarta. I don't think they actually have one in real life, but just for the sake of that, I kind of forgot to mention that, so that was my fault there. But nevertheless, the Arizona 737-700 is currently loading up right here. This guy made a nonstop service in from Denver today, and this guy's going to be having the continuing service today over to what's a fun destination I wanted to utilize. I think Cancun's a good one for Southwest. I think they have a small little presence there, so this guy's heading out to Cancun with a bunch of happy passengers over to the international destination. This Breeze Airways Embraer ERJ-195 is currently making the nonstop flight today in from Orlando, Florida. This guy's going to have continuing service today over to Charleston. Orlando's really been getting big for Breeze. Hopefully at this point, maybe they've announced some new ones, but they announced some new routes out of Orlando, which I'm very excited about. So, and they also have some really good routes going in general. Charleston, I really like all the hubs that they have going. I think they're doing pretty good with those. And a couple of airports like Westchester and different ones that have quite a big operation. Provo, Utah's another one, so pretty cool. Provo is where they're based at, though, so that would make sense in terms of their operating headquarters and everything. Southwest Airlines 737-700. This is a Canyon Blue aircraft that is currently taxiing out for departure. This guy made a nonstop flight today in from Sacramento, and this guy's going to have continuing service over to Islip. The Sun Country 737-800 is currently loading up with quite a nice reflection. This guy's making a nonstop service today in from Boston, and this guy's going to have the continuing service today over to Fort Myers. The Allegiant Air Airbus A319 in the current colors is currently loading up with a nonstop flight today out to St. Petersburg, and this guy came in earlier today. Trying to think of a really unique Allegiant destination I could utilize. I think Savannah is going to be pretty nice. They have quite a few seasonal flights out there, so there's a new seasonal flight for Great Plains, and I think that one's going to be pretty nice to compete with some of the mainline carriers on their regional aircraft. And here's an Airbus A319 with the Sharklets. Allegiant actually got these in this world now, which is really cool. This one still does not have a registration as they're currently trying to get that printed out, but they do have the registration certificate in the aircraft. It's going to be November 319, November Victor, and I'm sure that's an actual aircraft, but nevertheless, it was just for 319. But anyways, this guy's going to make the nonstop flight today in from Austin, Texas, and this guy's going to have the continuing service today over to Las Vegas McCarran, or dang it, Harry Reid. I've been doing so much research, I've seen it always as McCarran, so I apologize, and I'm still trying to get used to the name change, but Harry Reid, McCarran, whichever one you'd like to call it, there we go. The Allegiant Air Airbus A320 is currently taxiing out for a new nonstop service. This is a pretty unique one, and that's going to be our new service to Columbia, South Carolina. A really interesting service, but hopefully Allegiant does well with that, and I'm really surprised they're going out with the 320 to get us started with that. And this guy came in earlier today from Orlando, Sanford. The Frontier Airbus A320neo is currently loading up with a non-stop service today over to Cincinnati, and this guy came in earlier today from Chicago O'Hare, which is a pretty interesting service that they got going right there. JetBlue's Airbus A321neo, we have two of them right here, which is really cool. This is the balloon tail on your bottom, the bottom of the screen, excuse me. This guy's currently making the non-stop flight today. This is our 321neo over to Boston. This guy came in earlier today from Fort Lauderdale. And then here's our Screamers, Airbus A321 Neo or XLR, which I think it's just a Neo. Nevertheless, it's the Mint Neo, I'm pretty sure is what it is. This guy's going to make the non-stop flight today in from Los Angeles, and this guy's actually continuing out to a new destination for us, Aruba, which I think is a really cool one. So what actually happened with this also being an international gate is there's a couple, like, I'm trying to think of like the best way to describe it, but in some portions of the terminal, there are a couple, like, there's like 4 gates and then there's immigration, 4 gates and immigration. That is what they've integrated into this terminal, and I'll be honest, I made that up on the fly, but it does make logistical sense for all these gates because anybody can have a departing international flight or an arriving one instead, because the majority of these gates are domestic gates. So instead of them having to build thousands of dollars, probably hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of immigration facilities, why don't we just have a couple for every 5 gates? So there's one right here that the JetBlue flight to Aruba can use now, and it's pretty helpful. So as long as you're parking over here, they'll be in good shape. So that's pretty cool. Let me know if you guys would rather see that, or if you guys would rather me have the airlines tow their aircraft over to Terminal D, which could also be pretty cool. So let me know what you guys think. But nevertheless, this guy's out to Aruba. Spirit Airbus A320 Bearfare is currently making the nonstop flight today in from Las Vegas, Harry Reid. This guy's having the nonstop service over to Portland following that. Lost an antenna off that guy too, which is very unfortunate, but currently taxiing in is this Spirit Airbus A320neo. This guy's currently making a nonstop service today in from Fort Lauderdale, and this guy's gonna have a continuing service over to, we'll say Reno. We'll say that they built up that operation, so you'll have to see it right there. And currently loading up over here, we have the Hawaiian Airbus A330-200. Sorry about the jet bridge. I need to get some more, so hopefully I can get another pack or 2, and that should really help us out finishing out getting all the aircraft with jet bridges. Nevertheless, this guy is currently making a non-stop flight over to Honolulu, and this guy came in earlier today from New York, John F. Kennedy on that continuing flight. Very nice. Let's see here. Let's go over to the GA ramp since we have several aircraft over there to cover. Starting right there with the Challenger 300. This guy's currently taxiing out for a non-stop departure out to Providence. This guy came in earlier today from St. Louis. AHA is still going to fly here despite the ceasing operations. So here's the Embraer EasyJet 145. I'm so glad to have him in here. This guy's currently making the service in from Reno on the turnaround, of course. Yes, Silver cannot stay tipped up, but here's their ATR 42. This guy is doing the, I forgot what I named it in the previous up there. I really like the idea I had with that, but I'm trying to think of what it was called. The stage run, nevertheless, I think his first destination off of here is, I'm pretty sure it's Springfield, so he's ending up Springfield following that. And as you guys can see, we have a plethora of general aviation aircraft. We have a Cessna 310 doing a local flight, and 2 Cessna 172s, both are doing a local flight, so that rounds that out fairly quickly. I definitely want to get some new ones made, so hopefully I'll be able to do that over the Christmas break, which probably is either going on right now or is about to. So nevertheless, we have the Learjet 75. This guy's currently loading up for a nonstop flight out to Miami today on the turnaround. This blue one is currently making the nonstop flight today in from Denver, and he's turning around out there too. And the purple one is now officially based here, which is really cool. They hope to get a hangar built for him soon and some additional general aviation aircraft. But this guy's currently making the service today in from Detroit, and this guy's the VIP airport to clarify, and this guy's heading out to Naples in Florida. Very nice. Let's see if I can get a little bit better of a view here. Here, I'll go to the other side since the lighting's better. JSX Embraer EasyJet 145 is currently heading out to Steamboat, Colorado, I think is where it is. I thought it would be cool to have that flight, so let's send him over there. This guy came in earlier today from a place where I really hope they serve in the future, and that is Syracuse, New York. Very nice. In a Breeze Airways Airbus E22300, this guy's going to have the nonstop flight today out to Tampa, and this guy came in earlier today. Where is a new good service for Breeze? I think the most logistical option for them is Westchester County because they've been doing a ton of flights there. And I know Kansas City's probably not the most popular destination, but it would be Breeze to try a route like that in my opinion. So he's going to be heading out to Westchester County. Alrighty, let's see. How do we want to tackle these gates? Alrighty, let's start transitioning over to Terminal D with the SkyTeam 757-200 taxiing over that way. This guy's currently making the nonstop service today in from Boston, and we'll have a continuing flight today over to New York John F. Kennedy. The JetBlue Airbus A320 is actually taxiing over from the ramp that I'll show you guys here in a minute where they put some standby aircraft. This guy made a nonstop flight in from John F. Kennedy earlier today, and this guy's continuing out to Newark today. American Airlines Airbus A319 with Shotcut is taxiing out for a non-stop flight today out to maintenance base in Dallas-Fort Worth after coming in from Chicago a couple days ago. This Delta Airlines McDonnell MD-88 is currently making the non-stop flight today in from Atlanta. And this guy's going to have a tuning flight today out to Minneapolis, St. Paul. Since the lighting's really good, we might as well get these here. Delta Airlines Boeing 737-900 is currently taxiing in after a non-stop flight in from Salt Lake City. This guy's going to have the continuing service out to San Francisco. The Spirit Airlines Airbus A320 is currently taxiing in after a non-stop flight today in from Atlantic City. This guy's continuing out to Myrtle Beach. This Southwest Airlines 737-700 in the Canyon Blue livery is currently taxiing in after a non-stop flight today in from Las Vegas. This guy's going to have the continuing service today over to, let's go with Cleveland for him today. I think that's a pretty cool route. This Boutique PC-12 is currently making that EAS service finally, which I'm really glad to see. The EAS service was to, I think it was Lincoln, Nebraska, I'm pretty sure is where I've had it. If I'm wrong on that, I'm sorry, but let's add Lincoln in there because I think that's a cool one for EAS. So this guy's coming in from Lincoln. And let's zoom her out a little bit for the United Airlines 757-200 in the, this is our California Herart here. This guy's taxiing out for a non-stop departure today out to Los Angeles. And this guy, so much Los Angeles demand, I know. This guy came in earlier today from Orlando. Here's some really nice lighting on the Fly Sunwing Boeing 737-700. This guy's currently making non-stop service today in from Montreal, and this guy's continuing out to Toronto. I am very happy to say that I got all the research done, and I learned quite a bit about international flights, so I hopefully will have more knowledge for our Canadian and Mexican carriers, so very nice right there. And let's get started over here with the concourse as the lighting comes over. So beginning right here with the Avianca Airbus A320. This guy's currently making the turnaround service out to San Salvador. The Aeromexico 737-800, this guy's currently making the non-stop service today in from Monterrey and continuing out to Cancun. Both pretty standard destinations, of course. Currently getting ready to push back is this Volaris Airbus A320neo. This guy's currently making the non-stop service in from, let's go with Cozumel to start right here. This guy's going to have the continuing service today. I'm going to do my best to pronounce this. I think it's Tijuana, it's something along those lines. I think that's a little bit closer to the proper pronunciation, but it's over there by San Diego, if you guys know what I'm talking about. So I'm sorry that the pronunciation is still hideous, but I'm trying my best. And this is the Sharklet Volaris Airbus A320. This guy's making the non-stop service today in from Guadalajara, and this guy's gonna have the continuing service today up to, let's give this one our best shot too. I think it's Mazatlan. Kind of something like that. Hopefully I said it fairly decent, but I'm not very good at that. So there we go. The Vita Airbus A320 with the Sharklets is currently coming in today from La Paz. That's north of Cabo, I believe. And this guy's gonna have the continuing service today over to Cabo, ironically. I thought Swoop's operations were pretty interesting. We do have 2 new destinations for them to clarify. This guy's currently making non-stop service in from Winnipeg, which I believe is a base for them. And this guy's actually heading out to a city in Canada I've never heard before. This is Abbotsford. Hopefully I said that kind of right. That is where another Swoop base is located, so I think it makes the most sense for Swoop to fly there. So that is where he's heading out to today. Here's our 2 WestJet aircraft for today's update. The Boeing 737-600 is currently coming in today. I completely forgot about Halifax, which I thought was a really cool city. So this guy's coming in from Halifax on the new service. And this guy's continuing today out to Edmonton. And then we have the 737-800. This guy's currently coming in today from Toronto. This guy's going to have the continuing service today also out to Winnipeg. Air Canada also had a pretty cool operation. They didn't really surprise me too much outside of Halifax and one other city that we'll talk about here in a minute. We'll start right here though with the Airbus A220-300. This guy's currently getting in from Montreal today and continuing out to Vancouver. That is the retro livery. What a nice model that is. The Air Canada 737 MAX 8 is currently coming in today from, let's send this guy in from, I'm lost at Calgary, and this guy's continuing today. He's actually continuing out to on a longer flight. This guy's heading out to Mexico City, but they're doing additional flights, and now for Star Alliance to make it a little bit easier for United passengers, they're actually going to be flying Air Canada flights as well to Mexico City, which will be pretty helpful. United currently doesn't serve there, but I think they're looking to in the future. But they want to get immediate access, and Air Canada have some additional openings, so that is what we're doing right there. And here's the Air Canada Rouge Airbus A321. This guy's currently getting ready to push back. This guy's also operating another U.S. domestic flight out to Phoenix today. This guy came in earlier today from, a really cool one. This would be more actual Air Canada service, not a Rouge service, but this guy's coming in from Ottawa. I believe they have a small service over there, so that's pretty cool, and I'm sorry this got moved on accident. But really nice flight right there, and you absolutely love to see it right there for Air Canada Rouge. And I'm glad to get to use that model since I haven't got to use it in Phoenix yet, but hopefully that'll be changing by the next update. Or maybe I did get to use it in Phoenix. I'm sorry, it's been a long time. But nevertheless, here we have the Air Canada Boeing 787-9. So what happened here is the FAA deemed the jet bridge that was placed here or what's the terminology I'm looking for? Gosh darn, I should have just cut the camera for this. Nevertheless, this guy, I'll just fix this real quick. The FAA did not approve of the jet bridge here, so now we're using air stairs, and there's a little walkway right here that they can walk into, so a little unsafe, but pretty cool. I need to get some cones. I want to get cones and additional GSC equipment, some cars, people, trucks, make it more realistic. So I'm hopefully get to do that maybe by 2023, but we'll see what happens. But hopefully we'll be making some strides there in the future. And there's the Aer Lingus Airbus A321neo. This guy's currently taxiing in after, or I'm sorry, getting deplaned after nonstop flight in from, dang it starts with the S and I don't want to botch it. This guy came in earlier from Dublin, is heading out to, dang it, I cannot believe I lost, Shannon, that's it. I think that's what I'm looking for. So this guy's doing the double operation there, very nice. Okay, hopefully I can do this without, I can barely see, so hopefully I can do this without presenting much of a shadow, but the lighting's better over here. So here's the Exojet Cessna Citation X. This guy's taxiing out for the turnaround out to Fort Lauderdale today. Hopefully the angle's not too bad. It looks okay on my side, but let me see if I can zoom it out. That should be pretty okay, I think. The Air Canada Airbus A220-300 is currently taxiing in today from, this guy's coming in from Calgary, and this guy's continuing over to, they don't have much service to St. John's, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to send to St. John's, so that's what we're doing right there. Continental Retro United Airlines 737-900ER. This guy's currently coming in today from Las Vegas and continuing out to Austin, Texas. And for the sake of the angle, let me bring it back in. There's only a couple that are backlit from here. This American Eagle Embraer Iridium 175 is on behalf of Republic Airways. This guy's taxiing out for departure. We're also in reverse flow again once today, and as you guys can tell, it is a busy line for departures. This guy's heading out to Albuquerque after coming in earlier today from Corpus Christi. That's a really nice Saturday-only flight there to Corpus. Aeromexico Connect, Embraer Iridium 190 taxiing out for the nonstop flight today out to Chihuahua after this guy made the nonstop service today. Also in from Tijuana. Hopefully I said that decently, but I doubt I did. Delta Airlines Airbus A321 is currently taxiing out. This guy's the nonstop flight today out to Phoenix, and this guy came in earlier today from Seattle. Japan Airlines Boeing 787-9 is taxiing out for departure. This guy came in earlier today from the Tokyo Narita International Airport and is heading back out there on their turnaround. That is a 5-weekly service. Viva Aerobus Airbus A321neo is currently taxiing out for departure. This guy made the nonstop service in from Culican. Hopefully I think it's Culican, something along those lines. This guy came in earlier today from Montetree, so I tried to text to speech to listen to what they sound like, but it was kind of hard because it didn't seem like what it would actually be. But I'm sure some of you guys are going to have a field day with my pronunciation in the comments, so feel free. But at least I can get some of the U.S. cities, I guess. I don't know at this point. And it's really cool right here with the taxiway right here where they can take off. I think I named this Gulf too in the last update, but nevertheless, at this intersection, we have the Air Canada Express Embraer Iridium 170. This guy's making the nonstop service today in from Halifax as well. This guy's going to be continuing today out to Edmonton. Very nice. United Airlines Boeing 757-200 is currently number 4 in line for departure. This guy's making the nonstop flight today in from, this guy came in from, I'm not saying Los Angeles again, Washington Dulles, and this guy's continuing today over to, let's say Reykjavik started for United. So this guy's coming in from Reykjavik. American Airlines Airbus A319 with the IAE engines. It's currently number 3 in line for departure. This guy's going to have a non-stop service today over to Houston Intercontinental. This guy came in earlier today from the likes of Jackson Hole. I should have a Shotcut aircraft in there for that, but that's the best American can do for that flight today, which is probably something they would do in real life anyways. British Airways Boeing 747-400 is currently number 2 in line for departure. This guy's making the nonstop flight out to London Heathrow today. That is now 3 daily. We have a 747, a A380, and Airbus A350-1000, I believe. So quite cool, and I think they're getting some 787-10s in there too. So very nice rotation for BA. And currently lining up for our departure, runway 33 right, the Volaris Airbus A321neo with the beautiful purple engines is currently making the nonstop flight today in from Cancun, and this guy's going to have the continuing service today over to Mexico City. So a really nice lineup of our Mexican and Canadian carriers in today's update. You love to see it. Alrighty, quite a nice lineup of aircraft over here on the hard stand. We're going to begin with the Delta Airlines Airbus A330. Delta can now use these hard stands, although they're limited to one hard stand a day. This guy made the non-stop flight in from Paris earlier, and this guy's going to be continuing out to Atlanta here in a few hours. They just need to get it over here to the rest for a few minutes. And then we have two international heavies over there. The Korean Air Boeing 787-9 made the service in from Seoul earlier, and is about to get towed back over there here in just a moment. In the Qatar Boeing, this Airbus A350-1000, I'll give you guys a better view here in just a moment on the other side. This guy's currently making the non-stop flight today in from Doha, of course, and this guy's going to be heading back out there in Qatar, of course. And let me get a couple of these since we're over here before we transition angles. So the Spirit Airbus A319 is taxiing out for a non-stop flight today over to Fort Lauderdale. This guy came in earlier today from Miami, so staying in Florida right there. The Delta Airlines 737-800 currently taxiing out for a non-stop flight today. This guy came in earlier today from, I'm sorry guys, I'm trying to think of more Delta mainline flights that would be applicable for this situation. Toronto Pearson, and this guy came in earlier from, Toronto. This guy's heading out to, I don't think I've said Sacramento for Delta yet, so heading out to Sacramento. And the American Airlines Boeing 757-200 is currently waiting for departure right there. This guy made a non-stop flight today in from Philadelphia too. This guy's heading out to Boston. And the WestJet 737-700 is currently holding short. This guy's making a I'll give you guys a better view here in a minute. This guy's making a non-stop flight today. Our WestJet aircraft is heading over to, Calgary after coming in from Toronto. Alrighty, so here's that American 757. And the WestJet 737-700, looking very nice. Our penalty box is in full swing over here today, so let's get started with those. The Air Canada Express, the Air-705, made a non-stop flight today in from, let's say this guy came in from Montreal, and he's going to try to head back out there once the weather clears over there. This United Sierra-200 currently made a non-stop flight earlier today in from Milwaukee, and this guy's trying to get down to Little Rock, but weather is preventing that as well. This American Airlines Airbus A320 made a non-stop flight today in from Chicago O'Hare. This guy's trying to get over to Austin, Texas, but he's not able to due to weather there. In the United Airlines Airbus A319 is also going to Texas today. This guy was bound for Houston. He came in earlier today from Calgary, Calgary's not quite on our mainline aircraft yet. This guy made the non-stop flight today, and it makes no sense with WestJet's operations, so that was a bad one, I apologize. Got in that Canada mode right now. This guy came in earlier today from San Francisco, but unfortunately he was waiting for weather to clear, so all weather penalty boxes right now. I believe it's snow actually in Montreal and thunderstorms in the others, so that's pretty funny. Short finals, the Frontier Airbus A321. This is Steve the Eagle. This guy's kind of making a non-stop flight today in from Las Vegas, and this guy's continuing out to Orlando for us today. Currently getting towed over to the gate after being over there where the Delta was is the Turkish Airlines Boeing 787-9. This guy's going to have the turnaround service today over to Istanbul today, which is really cool. I learned in geography that I think Istanbul is, I'm pretty sure, a mega city, which is pretty cool. I think they have like 10 million people or something, so that's pretty cool. Here we have the TUI Boeing 787-9. I'm going to try to get this right today. I believe this guy's going to be coming in from Manchester. Hopefully that's a 787 equipped operation. If not, I severely apologize, but we're going to say turnaround out to Manchester and not Aberdeen. Lufthansa Airbus A330-300 making it in today's update. This guy's making non-stop service today in from Frankfurt, Germany. And this guy, the Munich service should be coming in anytime. So looking good right there. Currently placed right here, we have the Air India Boeing 777-300ER. This guy's kind of loading up with a non-stop service up to New Delhi today. This guy came in earlier today, of course, from Stillwater, Oklahoma. Be sure to check out previous updates if you're not sure what I'm talking about. And then right here, we have the ANA Boeing 787-9. This guy just got pushed back, and this guy's heading out to the Tokyo Narita Airport after coming in from Skyleys Airport. Stunning model right here. I would highly recommend it if you can find it. I know that Jet Hut did one recently as well, and outside the cockpit window printing. It's a pretty nice model, to be honest. So I would recommend picking it up if you're interested. ANA is a really cool airline. I'm glad to represent on the pond here at Great Plains. Looking very nice right there. And then, man, the lighting is so good over here. I'm excited for these. Here we go, boys. KLM Boeing 777-300ER. I don't know if you guys ever see angles like this of aircraft, but I thought it'd be kind of cool for this one since it's shaded off. This guy's here making the non-stop service today in from Amsterdam to Schiphol. It'll be heading back out there. I think just Amsterdam will be pretty standard here for KLM, but we'll see if they ever choose to add any routes. I would say British Airways is probably the most likely airline to add some routes, but we'll see. The FedEx Boeing 767-300 freighter actually landed on 3-3 right over there where the Volaris is, and that's why he's taxiing all the way around. Cargo's least priority, so that is why he's taxiing all the way around after landing. He has to go in the clockwise motion, so he had to wait in that full line, and now he's finally getting pretty free here, and he should be making it over to his ramp here in about 5 minutes. Likewise for the DHL, he had to sit in there. I think the line ended up taking 20 minutes, which is very unfortunate for only that amount of aircraft, but it is a busy airport, very congested, only a couple of taxiways in and out, so hopefully they'll be doing good going into the future there. Qatar Airbus E350-900. This guy's making the second daily flight out to Doha. Hopefully, Qatar looks to expand too. I think they can do some good things. So I'm excited to see what they do in the future. But this guy's coming in from Qatar's Doha. Alrighty, here's the Royal Jordanian Boeing 787-8. This guy's currently coming in from oh my gosh, it's a 5-letter word and I can't even pronounce it. It's Ahmad, I think is how you say it. Really cool service right here. I loved Royal Jordanian's delivery and I'm so glad to have him here. I'm excited to see what international carriers I can develop into. Finnair is going to be coming soon, so expect that, and hopefully some additional ones into 2023 as well. So very nice. Lastly, we have the British Airways Airbus A350-1000 over here at D14. Lastly, in terms of the international gates on this side, this guy's going to make the non-stop flight today in from London Heathrow as well, and we'll be heading back out there on the, I think that's our 3rd daily flight now. And then on this side, we have a really backlit Icelandair 757. Maybe I can do something like this. Yeah, that'll work. This guy's going to make the non-stop flight today in from Keflavik with some competition now. We'll be heading back out there. Hopefully they won't pull out because of that, but we'll see. And then a beautiful double A380 lineup, starting with the Emirates A380. This guy's currently making the nonstop flight today in from Doha, or gosh darn it, I'm so sorry, Dubai, and we'll heading back out there in the United Emirates. And there's the Qantas Airbus A380. This guy's loading up with a non-stop flight today out to Sydney. And Melbourne somehow is on A380 now, which that is unbelievable. I think they do a triangle route. I think they're trying to do that to gain some more passengers on the A380. But they have more than enough demand for the 787. So they're trying to decide whether they want to do A380 or 2 787s. But it'll be interesting to see. But I think what they could do is do like a triangle route on the second 787 of the day. Have it go to like Los Angeles or something. I think that would be pretty cool. So we'll be sure to check back in on that when the time is right. American Airlines Airbus A321 and stand-up cancel delivery is currently pulling off the runway. This guy came in earlier today from San Francisco, and this guy's having the continuing flight today out to Phoenix. Taxing in as well as the United Airlines 737-700 in the Continental Global livery. This guy came in from Orange County. That's a new service for United. I think a really good one at that. This guy's going to have the continuing flight today over to Cancun. This American Airlines Airbus A319 is also currently taxing in. This had a non-stop service in from Las Vegas, Harry Reid, and this guy's going to have the continuing flight today over to new destination. Let's go with, trying to think if there's any new ones. Cincinnati, I know that's more of an RJ route, but there we go. That United 737-800 is currently taxing in after a flight today in from West Palm Beach. This guy will be continuing over to Washington National. Yes, we do have service there, even though the large Dulles presence. American Airlines McDonnell's MD-80. Let's get a pan overview since there's no reason to stretch across when I can simply just come in closer and do this. American Airlines McDonnell's MD-80 is currently taxing in after a non-stop maintenance flight. This guy came in from the St. Louis, and this guy is going to have the continuing flight over to, following that, he's heading over to Denver. Envoy Embraer EasyJet 145 here for American Eagle. This guy's currently making the non-stop service today in from Allentown, and this guy's going to have the continuing service over to Buffalo. Delta Airlines Airbus A320 is currently taxing in after a non-stop service in from Denver. This guy's going to have a flight over to, thinking of some more like Midwest cities, if there's any close that need more mainline. We'll send them over to New Orleans. Not really a Midwest city, but kind of in the same latitudinal region, if you will. This Delta Airlines 767-300 ER is currently making the nonstop service today in from Orlando, and this guy's going to also be continuing up to San Juan, which is another new service for Delta, so congratulations there, and I'm excited to see how they can build off that. This FedEx Airbus E300 is taxing in after a nonstop service in from Oklahoma City. This guy's going to have a service today over to Phoenix. You're going to find 3 aircraft over here on the remote stands. These guys are just waiting for their next flights. We have the Reno Air 737, a fence tip Airbus A319, and a Canyon Blue 737-800. Reno Air is going to be heading over to Dallas. I believe the A319 is going to be heading over to Charlotte, and the Canyon Blue 737-800 is going to be heading over to Dallas Love. Here's a project aircraft. Somebody bought a Thai Airways 737-400. This aircraft's currently waiting for the new owner to come in and renovate it and do all the new items to it. I'm not exactly sure what they're going to be using this aircraft for. All that I heard is that it's over here on the apron. I wanted to come catch it for you guys. So the Thai Airways 737-400, really cool to get to see this here at Great Plains. I'm sure the plane spotters had a blast catching this. Like I said, this guy's currently coming in. This was a long ferry, but he ended up stopping in Roswell on the final stop before coming here. Beautiful set of American Airlines aircraft. We have the McDonnell MD-80. This guy's going to be heading out to Dallas in a couple of days, is what it sounded like. And the American West Airbus A319 is going to be heading out to Fort Lauderdale here in a couple of days, what I heard, after some routine maintenance. Here's a massive maintenance for the DC-10. This guy's undergoing heavy maintenance, and we'll be heading back to this guy soon. I believe he's going to be heading out to Madrid after his maintenance session. Lastly, for today's airport update, we have all the cargo. The Primera 737-800 is making the freighter service today in from Lakeview, and this guy's going to have the flight over to, no, we're not doing Cincinnati, absolutely not. This guy's going to be heading over to, trying to think of new Primera facilities. I think Portland has one going, so we'll send him out to Portland. Here's the 767-300 freighter. This guy's coming in from Phoenix today. This guy's going to be continuing over to, I think Baltimore has some pretty good cargo stuff. So let's send him over to Baltimore. I really hope to get a winglet one sometime. I was watching an update from 3 years ago where I talked about Phoenix making them, yet I still did not buy one, so that's pretty interesting. FedEx Express, McDonnell Douglas MD-10 freighter. This guy's getting ready for his service out to Memphis today, and this guy came in earlier today from Las Vegas, Harry Reid. This FedEx Express Boeing 757-200 came in from Oakland today. And this guy's heading out to Indianapolis. UPS Boeing 767-300 freighter right here is currently getting ready to get loaded up. This guy came in earlier today from Ontario and continuing today over to Raleigh-Durham. And lastly, this UPS Airbus A300 freighter is currently coming in today from San Antonio and actually going to be continuing out to Fargo, which I think is a really cool cargo route and is going to be very helpful for all of our residents up in North Dakota. And just like that, that will do for today's Great Plains International Airport update. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Really, really cool airport. I've been so pleased with all the progression. Let's just kind of look around. I wanted to make a post on the Model Airliners forum, so let me get a couple pictures for that. But I highly recommend checking that out, by the way, if you haven't already, because the Model Airliners forum.com is such a cool place. And man, if you think my display is anything worth a crap, theirs are absolutely outstanding. So I'd highly recommend checking it out. And man, it is just an absolutely awesome place to talk with fellow aviation enthusiasts and collectors, and it is so much fun. So this had I'm panning around, taking a look at the airport. Really pleased with the progression so far. I definitely want to build another concourse. I'm not sure what it's going to be or where it's going to be. I do need to get another fold-up table anyway, so probably going there somewhere if we do choose to do that. But ultimately, Great Plains has been progressing super well. I just want to thank everybody for the support. So glad to get to add this airport into the 2022 lineup, and going into 2023. Going to be such an awesome airport to have at our disposal. I know it seems as you guys really enjoy all the various aircraft we get to feature throughout here, and I'm very glad that we get to feature all these. So please leave a comment below if you guys have any thoughts, feedback, or recommendations. One of the updates just went out for October, so I need to check on that, see how that's going. But really, really appreciate all the support, everybody. I'm so excited for what's to come. I really hope you guys are too. Again, this is a super fun airport. I'm really glad to get to represent it for you guys. Please let me know if you guys have any questions, thoughts, or feedback. I know I've had a couple questions about this airport, so I'll try to get back to those as soon as possible. But with all that being said, that will do it for today's update. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do what you love and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.